Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to this project. This is Atelier des Arts by Stamperia. It's a design project for Scrap and Create, and we have made really good progress. We last time got all our pages in, and we just have a little bit of finishing to do on the inside, front and back covers, and then we have a lot of embellishing to do. And as you can see, I've got my chipboards out. I've been playing with those. This is one of the chipboards, and what I've done is just glued 2 layers of chipboard to it. Or they're not chipboards, they're die cuts. Here's the package. These. This is going to be our stop for our easel card, but let me set that aside for the moment. And there is a link down below for the cutting guide for this project, and also for Scrap and Create if you want to purchase your supplies. And I have that. This, sorry, I feel like something's catching and I'm not sure what. Why are you not wanting to open? I don't know. Okay. This piece is going to go here. It goes really well with her, and we'll probably add some more stuff on top, but for now I'm just going to mat it. And I did put the gold around the outer edge of that. And there we go. Sorry, I'm looking for the top on my glue here. Good. Okay, and then what I have back here, I want to put a pocket here, and I'm looking for my ruler. What did I do with it? My blue one. There it is. Okay, so this is 9 3/4, and I cut it just a hair short, I think, of 9 3/4 by 4, and then score 2 short sides, 1 long side at a 1/2 inch, trim out your corners, add your tape, and let me give myself a little room here. And I picked these out for the mats, but I haven't cut them yet. Okay. And I am going to put that down there, like so. So I'm in just a hair from the outer edge and up just a hair from the lower edge. I need to get this And I thought about adding a flap, but I think we have enough flaps going on over there, so I did not. All right. So let me go ahead, and what I'm thinking, this is the 8x8 of this. This is the same pattern we used on the back cover. So I thought it'd be nice to just replicate it here, but in the smaller scale. And then I had this piece left over. This is actually the back side of the same piece that we used earlier, and I think I'm going to use this on the pocket front. So let me do the pocket lining first. Oh my goodness. So that needs to be about 6.5 by 6 5/8. Okay, that's good. And then this, oh, this piece may not be big enough. It's not big enough. Okay, so I need to pick something else for that. I actually did cut something else, but then I didn't like it. I don't know what I did with that other piece. Doesn't matter. I didn't like it, so I need to pick something else. Hang on. We have that, but I don't like that as well, and I don't think this goes as well with that. We've used this quite a few times in the larger scale, but not in this one. Did we use it? Yeah, why don't we use this? Okay, and this is again the 8x8. So this is 3.5, right? Yeah, so this needs to be 3 3/8 by 3 5/8. Yeah, that's good. Okay, and I'm just going to use regular ink on these, not the gold. Good. Okay, there. Now, I have this little pile here because I'm going to use it, and I think I'm probably going to add something there, but I'll go back through and embellish. Let's do this, or at least get the stop down for this card. So I tried a few things, and I definitely needed extra height. That's why I put the chipboards to prevent the card from just popping open. So I'm going to put it fairly far up. So just looks like just shy of center, like right about there, I think is pretty good. All right, and so let me go ahead, and as you can see, I've got my pieces of chipboard. It's just the same stuff I used to make the covers. And I'm just going to drop this down lightly and double check. I want it a little lower, I think right about there. And there is a magnet in here. I don't know how well it's going to stick with that there. Not very well, it turns out, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. Because there's going to be a fair bit of weight on top of this. It's probably going to hold it down anyway. I mean, it's holding, but you can see it's peaking a little, but that's kind of inevitable given all the stuff that's in it. So I have all this stuff, which was actually kind of neat, that I'm thinking of putting on the cover. So sort of what I was doing is I picked up the teacup, then I added a couple of other elements, almost like making a bouquet in your hand. Does that? Yeah. And then add that to the back and the flower. I almost feel like it still needs a little something off to the side, but maybe not. So this is what I'm thinking. Something like that. And then, of course, when the card opens, those things will be standing up. So I'm just going to go with it. I'm not going to ink any of these things. I think they're all fine the way they are. All right. So let's start with that, right? I think almost anything that we do is going to be just fine. Now just make sure you don't glue anything over the fold. Like it can hang over the fold, but don't put any glue over the fold. Otherwise, then it won't work. Okay. And then we'll put this one there. And it might need to dry a little before we go too far. I think I'm going to need to add a little piece of chipboard behind a few of these as we get higher up, just to give it extra support. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. Just using my scissors to cut a piece that went somewhere. There it is. Okay, because if this one's going to go here and hang off this way, I think it's going to need a little extra support right about there. I want to turn it a little bit more like that. Okay, and then we have the teacup, and I think I'm just playing around a little bit before I commit. Maybe about like that. Maybe I could put that teacup a little further over. Okay, that's good. And that's going to require some support. So let me do that. Now it's going to need some at the bottom. Here. Is that going to be enough? I think that might be all I need. Maybe some up there. I don't think I need that big piece though. That's good. Okay. Here and there. Yeah, put some there. I think, oops, I'm swiveling it around. I think right about there. Alright, and let's see, then we have the brush. I'm going to put that right about there so it kind of comes up between these two. And I'm only going to glue down here on the handle. Some glue seepage there. Okay. Then let's see, I've got this flower that I'm thinking I'll put right there. Got some other really small bits like buttons and things that I may want to add, or maybe even actual little flowers, but I think this will get us started. Cute. Okay, and then that's going to come up like that. Cute. Okay. And we've got a full 1/2 inch gap between the pages, so it should be enough. Yeah, that's fine. It's going to be fine. All right. I'm just thinking, I think I want to let that dry because, let's see if I turn it. I just don't want to risk turning it and having something that's not quite dry fall off. So let's leave everything be dry for a while. And then it'll only be a few seconds for you. And then I will be back and we will continue some of our interior embellishing before we tackle the cover. Okay, so I'll be back in a second. I am back. I decided to do the cover next. So let me show you what I have here. I have a piece of chipboard that's 5x7, and then I cut this piece from the 8x8 to 5.5 by 7.5 and glued it onto my chipboard, roughly centered. It was supposed to be centered, but I didn't do a great job, but that's fine. And then I put 2 magnets, and those magnets have to be smaller than this piece. This is one of the 12x12 cut aparts. So they have to be no further apart. You know, you don't want them to stick out. And then I just put a scrap and I put the 2 matching magnets on top. So, because we're going to magnetize this to the cover so it's removable. Okay, here we go. This is similar to what we did on Journal, but in a larger scale. Pretty sure it was Journal, yeah. I don't know why I'm using my nail to take that off. Somehow I managed to pop the polish right off that nail. Yikes. There we go. Whoops, starting to thunder. Okay, so now prop that up. I want to center this, and I'm going to stand up to do it on the cover. That looks pretty good. Okay. And then, oh, and I forgot to mention, I did ink this paper, and I inked just the edges of the chipboard. They're not really going to be noticeable to tuck so far under, but just in case, I wanted to darken it. Okay, so then we're just going to glue this centered over those magnets, like that. And you don't want to do this before all this matting, because that'll just add another layer that your magnets have to go through. So that's why we're doing it after and then adding this piece. And when you remove that removable element, you'll have something to look at. And I think that's, stand up. It's a little low. Looks good. I was thinking about maybe just putting this scrap of canvas that I have there to kind of poke out from underneath this, but I don't think it really adds anything. I don't think it's necessary. Okay, so that's that. So now let's remove this. Let's remove that, and we can actually take this away because we can do all of our decorating on here. Okay, and we're going to add a lot of elements, but I just wanted to show you. I have these poppies. I have these little white flowers, which kind of go with those. I also have these, which I think were intended to go with a different collection that I have, to work with, but they may work as well. So I have those. And then I pulled out, this is left, you know, I made sure to leave this because I think maybe some fussy cuts from here. And I also have the smaller size in case I want smaller ones. I have the die cuts here. This is the inside front cover, so there's lots of cut aparts there. And then these are the 8x8 cut aparts, and these are the 12x12, less the one that we just used. So I have all of these. I have a rice paper, but I'm not sure I'm going to use it here. I think I'm going to use it somewhere else. That's this one. Plus, of course, whatever paper scraps we have. So I'm sure I don't want these big squares. They're too big, so let me set those aside. And I feel like these are probably too big as well. Although it could hang off, but I'm thinking too big. So I'm pretty sure I want to use that one and this. So we'll see. Some of those, maybe one of these, maybe this is the same one we have underneath, so that might be fun to play with. And we have these. So I'm just going to put those here because I'm pretty sure I'm going to use those. And let's see. Oops. Now I have a die cut of that frame, which might work. Yeah, I really would like to use this. I like that a lot. We have another brush. I think we have a couple of brushes. This is too big, I think. And I'm not sure that it's very yellow. I don't think I want that one. Let's see, I need a reject spot. Not totally reject, I might use elsewhere. I'm just sort of sorting through these to see what's there that I might want to use. Oh, I really liked this. Let's pull that. We might use that inside the book though. There's that. I don't think I want to use those. I don't think I want to use that. What's there? Oh, and there's that. Butterflies. I don't think I want to use a paint tube. Doors a maybe. I like these lighter colored brushes better than the darker one. I do like the butterflies. There's another brush. I don't think I want the scissors. There's another brush. And I have several of these small little buttons and things too. Butterfly, I don't think I want this thing. They're in here. We're doing kind of a lot of stuff, I think, on this. Lots of layers. And I think in the end, I'm also going to splatter it with white paint. Which you know by now if I did, because you've seen it. Okay. So, key, some more buttons. I don't think I want that brush. Okay, just kind of looking to see what I have. Move that aside for the moment. I think I should cut this out because I'm pretty sure that I want to use it. I have fussy cut both of these. I'm going to ink this one. I'm going to gold that one, I think. Maybe a combination. Put a little ink here. And let's see, I have some gold here, but I think it's dry. Pretty well. It's a little. Oops. Get those out of the way. See, you don't need very much. It's small. I'm being fairly heavy-handed with this gold because I'm kind of wanting it to spread it into the inner part of the frame. Okay, there we go, and I'll just wash my hands. Okay, so let's see what we have to play with here. We have that. We have this thing, which I don't know if it goes with sort of everything else I have. I love it, but that's okay. I could use it inside. So I think I'm going to set that aside to use inside the book. Of course, if you have an actual photo that you want to use, put in the frame, that would be great. And I'm just gonna I think that might look good sort of hanging off the edge. Or maybe even somewhere else. I don't know. I really like that, but I feel like it doesn't quite go either. The scale is off on that. Since I have that, I think this scale would be off as well. So these are little poppies. These are 49 in Market. Back out, but not the flowers. All right, maybe that way. You know where to put them. I do have some burlap and stuff out, but I don't know if I want to use it or not. Kind of avoiding too many flowers because I've done so many covers with lots of flowers lately, but I think it might benefit from some. I kind of like these little ones because they pick up on that. Let's put a few of those out and some leaves. Yeah, I like the white. Maybe something like that, just a few of the little white flowers, the poppy, those elements. Kind of liking that. I'm just trying to decide how much dimension, like do I want, I feel like I'll put this one, like how much do I want to lift all these things? I can go as much as I want because it's removable, it's not going to cause any problems. And I wonder, do I want any scraps behind it, or even some of that rice paper that I said I probably wasn't going to use? I might. or like one of these just sort of peeking up from behind. I still kind of like the idea of using that one because we have it on the inside in the 12 by 12. Let me cut that. Okay. Like very little of it shows, but I think it adds a little something. And thinking this one. This one's a little dark, but it still might work like that. And maybe a lighter one at the bottom. Kind of liking what I'm seeing here. I still feel like I might want this one at the bottom. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it in there though without messing everything else up. Let's just stick it in there for now and see. Maybe not. Okay. Okay, so what we have, I'm just going to put these off to the side. Alright, so I have this, and this, and that, and those. I think that one about there. That one actually straight up and down is fine, because these are angled. Get these out of the way. Going to ink these. You're about there. Okay. I am going to put these ones flat, right about there. And then this one, right about there. Glue is seeping a little bit. There, okay. Then we have sort of this next little grouping there and there and there, something like that. And I think I want to start lifting these. Oops, did I put that? No. So let me start with this one. I'm just gonna that there, and then I need a narrow strip. All right, and that is going to go kind of like that. And this one It's going to go on top of that. So this needs one layer here, but 2 layers here, if that makes sense, because of the added height of this. All right, so I'm just going to cut a triangle. And that is going to go on this corner here. That, and then I need, on this side, I need 2 layers. Let's just make sure. Yeah. And you can use foam dots or something if you like those, or foam tape. I don't actually care for foam tape that much. I don't know. It never seems to work well for me. It's going to go about there. Okay. And then this one, I had this one kind of like that, right? And I'm wondering if I want to put something in that. Just like a scrap, so it's not plain. Like if you had a photo, you could put a photo in it. But I feel like I want something in it. And this has that little saying. Are they the same size? They are. Alright, so I'm just going to cut that out and use that. Alright, how's that? Good. Okay. So with this, I'm just going to put the glue here on the frame. And drop it on there. I feel like I'm a little low now that I'm looking at it, because I remember very little of that was showing. And these flowers were showing. So let's do that. It's still fine. And then that could go there. Let's angle that a little different. Something like that. That's maybe a little better. And then this is going to need, on this side, I think I'll start gluing, though. I just want to, let me just lay this down. So that's going to go a little bit underneath. think I'm okay with that right about there. Just kind of getting it into my head where it is. Maybe a little lower so that text is showing. Let's just put things down. Okay. At some point you just keep fiddling with it. It's not going to get any better, so just put it down. And put that one about there. Somewhere I have some butterflies. One of them might look really good on here if I can find them. I just bought some little, maybe I'll do a video, but I just bought some little sleeves that go in a 3-ring binder to hold my ephemera because I can never find anything. And it's driving me crazy. Things I know I have and would like to use, but I can't find them, so I can't use them. I'm trying to decide what I need to do with this one. I wonder if I should just put this one up like really high, like kind of like that. Oh, that's kind of good. That being the case, I would just need one there. Okay, let me play with these other things if I'm going to do that. I wonder if I want to put this on top. Like that. That's a maybe. But I do kind of like that there. So let me add just some to this side. That's down there. There. Put that right about there. Okay. So if all of those are like that, so then I have a choice of either tucking this underneath or putting it on top like that. Let me, you know what, I have this piece from another collection that I didn't use. I'm just going to use it as a, to give me an idea if that's what I want. Can't really tell. So if I put those up high, then this is going to go up high, which I'm not objecting to. I feel like that's the way to go. Okay. But I know this is going here, so I might as well glue it down. Well, I'm still fiddling with it right about there. Okay, there. So if this is going to go on top of that, then the whole bottom and up into here is going to need to be supported. So let's except that it's hanging over some of it. So hang on. Yikes. Well, it doesn't matter if it's hanging over because that's not really going to be visible at any point unless you look at the back after you take it off, in which case, fine. I think that's actually pretty good like that. Just that one piece I think is going to do it. Though I might put another small piece just right there. I don't think I need it. This is pretty sturdy. Okay, so that's going there, like that, right? Oops. Good. Okay. Then we have this, and I had this up pretty high. Do I even need that, or do I just want to use the flowers? I feel like it does need something there. I'm just not sure this is the something it needs. But that's what I was planning. That doesn't mean I have to stick with it, although it does look good. I have this little clock. The clock just doesn't make sense to me with everything else. It looks fine, but it doesn't. What's the point? Got that little key. Nope, I think I'm going to stick with what I was originally going to do. I just need to figure out exactly where it's going. Think about... Okay. I'll put a cover on that. This may take a minute. Alright, so if we put that about there, because we could still put that there, and these here. So I love the way they look with those little daisies that are on the paper, even though we're basically covering them up. Okay, I'm just going to stick that there. I feel like we would need something there if we do it that way. So let me slide that up so that it's there. Okay, I'm starting to feel I like this better. Because now these make a little more sense. Yeah, okay, I'm liking this. All right, so that's going to go there. So that is going to need, it's going to need support all the way across except for just the very, very end of this side. Perfect. I just cut a strip from this. It should be just right. Yep. is going to be perfect. Put it down while I remember where I'm putting it. Let's get that shirt straight. I am really liking how this is coming out. Now, do I or do I not want to splatter this with paint? And if I do I want it on this red flower or not? Let's bring that over. I'm going to move the flowers because I'm pretty sure even if I do want some on there, I'd want to do those separately. Move those way over there. And I'm just going to do a little up here. It's mostly dry now, so your paint and your brush need to be pretty wet, at least I've found, for this to work. That's all I'm going to do. Obviously, that's an optional step for you to skip if you are nervous about it. I was nervous about it, but I'm kind of happy with how it came out. All right, now I think it's still a little damp, but we can probably add our flowers. So I was going to do the red one over here with a leaf. Just right up in there. And these are paper flowers, so I'll use art glitter glue. Oops, it's a little clogged. Hang on. Bending the wires there so that it's pretty flat. I'm putting a huge dab of glue there, but that's okay. I'm just going to spread that out a little bit. Oh my goodness, look at my glue. Sometimes when it's clogged, I just like squeeze it and shoot the clog out, but then it overflows like that. Okay. Then we have these really adorable little white flowers. I definitely want to put one there. And these two here like that. And do I want to put this? Yeah, I'm going to put this leaf right up under there. I might need another leaf, but I have them. Gosh, there's an ice cream truck outside playing Christmas carols. If you're watching this later, it's August. There's that one. And then we're going to put this one right here. And this one is going to go here. Is that? Yeah, it's attached. Yikes. I think I'm actually going to turn it a little bit that way. And I'm going to put some, it's attached to this leaf, but it doesn't seem like a really strong attachment. As a matter of fact, it just pulled off, so I'm just going to add some glue there. And I have, what do I do with those? Here they are. These are the white flowers. And I've got some super, like really small ones. Maybe add another one there and one up there of these little ones. Oh, I started to say, and I think I interrupted myself, that I can't find any of these things. So I bought these pockets. They go in a 3-ring binder, and they have a zipper. You know, like a zipper bag. And I think I'm going to try that for storing ephemera and small flowers and things like this. See if that makes it easier for me to find them and know what I have. Yeah, I'm just going to stick that there. There we go. Now, I still have that spot right there that looks a little barren. I wonder if we should use another one of these. So I don't really care for that though. Oh, but you know, we have those roses that I was saying might work. What did I do with those? Not one of the big ones, but one of these smaller ones. Like, I'm gonna have these out of their package, and then to try to like keep track of them yeah, I need to do something. I'll let you know how the zipper thing works out. The color is good, but I don't like the height because it doesn't match these other ones. I just need something. Oh, remember I said I had butterflies? Hang on. Alright, hang on a second. Let me see if I can find something. Okay, so these are from Prima. I got them from Scrap and Create. Several of these might go. I haven't opened this package yet. I think that one might be a little bold. Let's just pull it off and see. I like the idea. I'm just not sure I like that one. This pack that I'm opening now is from Diamond, it says. This one was Nature Lover. I'm thinking maybe just one of the green ones that just blends in a little bit. I just don't want it to look like a little row of 1, 2, 3, you know? That's like, if I put that there, that's what it looks like. Maybe put it right about there, off to the side a little bit. Kind of like that, especially because it sort of blends in. It doesn't pop. I don't really want it to pop. I just want it to take up space and look good, if that makes sense. All right, so this popped off its little background, so let me glue that back. Come on. Or we could just do it this way without the backing, and it would be a little sheer. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, so I'm gonna put that right there. Up a little. And I may tuck a little something under there to lift that wing. Just, I wonder if I just fold this up, because then it'll be the same color, and it's not like I'm gonna use that. All right, that's what I am doing. I'm just folding that little piece of paper. See how much I need to fold it to make it lift it. That's good. Okay. So I don't want it too fat. I don't want all this to show. Woo. I've just folded it in half and then in half again. I have got little flecks of white paint everywhere. Okay, I'm just adding a little ink so the white edges don't show. And then I'm just going to tuck this way up under that wing, right up next to the body. Just like that, just to lift that wing. That looks good. Okay. Right, so that takes care of the flowers. I am going to have so much cleaning up to do. Unless we decide to put flowers on the inside, which could happen. And the butterflies. And let's bring this back. Alright, this is the book, obviously. Come on. Oh, gotta clean that cap. How's that look? That looks good. I like it. That was the top of my glue. It gets all gunked up inside sometimes. You gotta clean it. Alright, I am thinking, now that it's on there, it's got some gold around the edge, but I feel like it might, I think there's gold. Did I put gold? I think I did. If I didn't, I'm going to, because it definitely needs a little. Yeah, it has some. I think. No, maybe not. No, it does. All right, let's see. Or maybe it doesn't. No, I guess it doesn't. I just used regular distress ink, but it needs the gold because it's got the gold there. there's some gold on that butterfly too, so that picks up the gold nicely. Okay, how's that? I like that a lot. I am very happy with that. I was going to end the video, but I realized it wasn't going to take me too long to finish, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. For the most part, I'm going to fast forward because all I'm doing is matting inserts, and you know, there's really no explanation needed. If I do need to make explanation, I'll do it. So what I have here, because of course this is not an insert, I just used a couple of cut-aparts turned over and another one of the cut-aparts right side up. And this one's from the 8x8. These are from the 12x12. For the inserts, I used almost, not entirely, but almost all 8x8. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and start putting these down. All right, we are done. I will have fast forwarded through all that. I will give you measurements for the various mats. The only thing that I have not done, and I'm going to do that off camera, is I still need to add the craft in on these flaps here, but I'll get that done off camera. You will have seen it in the walkthrough. This I did, I think you saw as a tuck spot, just so you, not really a tuck spot, but so you could get a photo there if you wanted to. And then of course that goes there. All right, that is that. Okay, so I am going to film the walkthrough, get that up, and then we'll be done. Well, we're already done. If you're you're done, I still have to film the walkthrough. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this project. There is a cutting guide for the project down below. There's a link to Scrap and Create where you can get your supplies. This is a design project for Scrap and Create. And I guess that is it. Thank you again for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, comment. All that stuff helps the channel. And I do have a discount code down below if you want to purchase one of these mats. And I have links to Amazon as well for some of the products that I use. So thanks again for watching. I will see you next time, and we will make another project. Bye-bye.